Notre Dame is important to many in many ways. I remember the first time I visited there in 1998. But the fire burnt for 9 hours, and the entire world is in pain. Why is this happening? In this chaotic world, the one place that is pure, the one place that has been sacred since 1163. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. The initial report has called it an accident. But is it really an accident? So I decided to check one unusual place. Nostradamus' Book of Prophecy. The first quatrain that caught my eye is in Century 1 Quatrain 42, quote, "The 10th day of the April calends, calculated in Gothic fashion, is revived again by wicked people. The fire is put out and the diabolic gatherings seek the bones of the demon of Selos." The fire broke out on April 15, 2019. But Nostradamus said 410. Close, but not exact. How can we know that this is about the Notre Dame fire? Because Notre Dame is the greatest example of French Gothic architecture. And the end of the poem used a word, Selos. Michael Selos, or Selos, was a Byzantine Greek monk, and his book, Michael Selos, in translation, was published by the University of Notre Dame Press in 2015. So, what did this quatrain say? It seemed like the fire is not caused by accident, but by wicked people. And diabolic gathering held some demonic intentions to it. Or the fire may lead to evil getting involved in the process and cause even greater harm. But I think there's another quatrain about this fire. In Century 4 Quatrain number 67, quote, "The year that Saturn and Mars are equally fiery, the air very dry parched long meteor. Through secret fires a great place blazing from burning heat. Little rain, warm winds, wars, incursions." The poem started by calling Saturn and Mars are equally fiery. I believe this means 2019 will be a disastrous year for agriculture. While Mars means violence, and violence will rise in many parts of the globe. And if you still remember the Yellow Jacket movement, it happened when the government tried to reduce air pollution. Can you imagine how bad the air is now? And if this is a warning, then bringing up meteor seemed to be a great idea. Do you know how many meteors or asteroids have hit the Earth already in just the last 3 months? Like this fireball in Brazil on April the 12th, 2019. And this one on March 25 in Florida. This one in Venezuela on February the 9th. And this one over the East Coast on January the 9th, 2019. And this one over Spain on January the 26th. Could this quatrain be a warning about coming meteor hits? The next line, "Through secret fire is a great place blazing from burning heat," seemed to link the warnings with the Notre Dame fire that burnt over 9 hours. While the fire may be a warning about coming war, hurricane, or a major flood. Life is wonderful, but always with challenges. Now, the challenges seem too harsh for many. Because if the war is a third world war, every one of us will be affected, and every one of us will suffer. But is the world war really coming? Let me show you what I have found in other prophecies. 2 astrologers wrote this prophecy 1,300 years ago. It has predicted every major event in China's history. and the next episode pointed to a world war. It's number 45. The poem reads, "Guest from the west, stop when reach east, wood, fire, metal, and water washed away great shame. Fiery fate open to the world, sun hidden inside the ocean. No more fighting for dominance. This is the end of its military power." Because Tuibei II only talked about China, this may mean China's involvement in World War III, which definitely will end in Japan's defeat. But if the guest from West is about the Western Alliance, then there will only be a limited Western force in Asia. But if a limited war can have dire consequences, is the fire Notre Dame the warning signal to remind us that there is greater danger ahead? Or is it a last effort to try to divert us to peace? This is Ken Peters. Thank you for watching.